Hello everyone. Welcome back to another recap chat here on CBiz Media. This is Irene. We talk faith, love, and trends, and we're talking another iteration of 90 Day Fiance. The new season of Before the 90 Days is out, and they're really kind of just getting started. 90 Day Fiance is a reality show that follows couples, one person from the U.S., the other from another country. We see their relationship ups and downs on top of cultural barriers, language boundaries, the whole 90-day visa process, the deadline in order to become man and wife so you can live in the same country, all the legal ramifications, all of that is 90 Day Fiance. This one is Before the 90 Days. Let's get right back in. We're going to Rick and Trisha. Rick is 52. Trisha is 25, and I just realized if you flip both of their ages backwards, they're the same age, just backwards. I just thought that was funny. So, Rick is on his way to go see Trisha in Madagascar. She sees him off, his sister sees him off to the airport. I see he's a very emotional guy. He's kind of a softie, he says goodbye to his sister. He's very, hugs and all of that stuff, and very emotional look on his face and all of that. But this guy has big muscles. He just looks like he could be the Hulk or something like that, but he's just very emotional. He's giving me Mike Tyson with his voice. He's giving me a bit of Mike Tyson there. I don't know if anyone else can hear it. For those of you who even still know who Mike Tyson is. Anyway, we learned a little bit more about Trisha. She seems to be a nice girl. She loves her country. She talks a lot about the scenery, the beautiful animals. Madagascar, it's a beautiful country. The area she lives in, I think she says it's a poor area, but it's good people there. And she seems like she's good people. But, Rick has his concerns as far as the 5 days she ghosted him. And she had some excuse about a bike accident, her brother being in jail, and her ex, was he accusing her of robbing his place? So it sounds like some things are a bit sketchy. But he has his own little secret that happened during those 5 days that we have yet to know. So we see Trisha in her room, the room that Rick got for them because he knew he was coming up there because he needs AC and hot water. Her place doesn't have that. She's wearing her little red dress on her way to see her boo, and she hitches a ride on a motorbike. And to me, I'm like, you're in a little red dress getting on a bike like that with some random guy. He's like, hold on tight. I'm like, I don't know. I would be a little uncomfortable doing that. So once he comes out of into the airport, she sees him, they see each other. Of course, they run to each other and hug. I half thought he was going to pick her up. I don't know why he didn't. He's big enough to do so. It was a little bit awkward, like they kind of bumped a little bit, but it was good. It was good. They greeted with a hug, and they hugged a lot, and they were just kept looking at each other, just so happy and surprised that they actually see each other, and they're giving each other good reviews on how they look. And it finally ends with a few smooches. So Trisha's feeling on his muscles, and she's like, I finally get to feel these muscles for real. He's like, well, I feel your soul. He has his little flirty remarks as well. But everything is all real now, according to Rick. Without hesitancy, she actually lets us know before she even gets to the airport that she's planning on sleeping with him on night one. If it happens, it looks like she's up for it. It doesn't even really seem like a question mark. It seems like, hey, it's happening. And to me, I think that's a little bit sketchy. But, people have different morals and values on how they feel about sleeping with someone, and maybe she feels, hey, we've been getting to know each other online for a while, but some people move quickly in that area, and I guess she's one of them. She's quite young as well. And Rick is no different. Of course, a man is going to want to do this night one, I would think, and he's up for it as well. So they feel the chemistry while they're on their way back to this hotel he got. It's a lot of traffic, and he's like, well, we were taking a long time to call me, and I was always wondering what was going on, what was taking her so long to call me when she got home. So maybe the traffic thing is real. But they don't get into the whole 5-day ghost part yet. So Rick is just ready. He's just ready to go do the thing in the room. But first they have to take their showers. She goes first. And when he comes out, surprise, right out of the shower, she's in her little skimpy nightie thing, whatever that is. And of course he just has his towel on, and he's so happy, like a kid in a candy store, and is very happy and surprised. He's telling the cameras they need to leave now. They're kissing on each other. To me, they were showing a bit too much. I mean, you guys could blur some of this out. And I was hoping that they were really going to cut this off, because I was getting a bit uncomfortable, feeling a little bit like I don't know what I was watching. But 90 Day does some of those things sometimes. They kind of skirt the line. This is how you guys get your ratings, I'm sure. All right, so let's go to Stig and Aviva and Aviva's auntie. So this is a new couple for this episode. And they met in Barbados. Actually, they met after her trip to Barbados. She took some photos and put them online. So he saw those photos, slipped into her DMs. And they've been kind of friendly with each other, but for the last 6 months, it's been more romantic. And auntie. Her auntie knows that she's going to be going to meet him in Barbados. And she kind of warns her about our Barbados men. And he's also a music artist as well, of course. So I'm sure there's a lot of groupies. But auntie says, I met my husband out there in Barbados at 28. I don't want you to follow my footsteps, because now 20 years later, I'm going through this divorce with this guy. He cheated multiple times. So auntie plans to play PI, which stands for private investigator, and make sure she rescues her niece from impending doom, if that's what's up. So she's on her way out to meet Stig. So I guess he asked, she asked, what do you want from my country? So he actually wants Chinese food. So she's literally went to the Chinese food restaurant the other day and has a takeout box. And she said, I'm like, this is going to be horrible. Isn't this flight going to take many hours, maybe even a day? I don't know. She said it's going to be a mess, but she's going to try this out. Stig, for her right now, he's hard to read, so she's not sure completely of how he feels and where he wants to take things. But they talked about marriage, and she wants an engagement at the end of this trip. But auntie said she was hearing rumors that he was talking to someone else, and he sang a song to someone else at his concert or something like that, that he really will sing for real. So we'll see if Stig is really, really about this or not. Emma and Zaid, she's mad that he won't show her the PDA. So he's Muslim, and I guess they've been kind of canoodling online, and she's been telling him all the things that she wants to do with him, and she wants to do all these things night one. Another night one couple here, but not so much for Zayed. She says things aren't what she expected it to be, because he didn't tell her any of these things online. And I kind of can relate a bit to her story when I was talking to someone online many years ago. The whole video chat thing wasn't even happening back then, but you could talk on the phone, send pictures, etc. So this person had a major thing going on with them, but that they never mentioned the whole time during us talking. So it was weird that this person had such a major thing going on in their life and they don't tell you. So I understand the part where, hey, he didn't tell me about this. He just went along with everything I said when it came to all the PDA and possibly fooling around and sleeping together and all of that. He acted like he was up for it. She's saying she's not happy with this new scenario. She can't even ask him a little question like, how does her boobs look? That was the dumbest thing that she said. Well, one of them. He does seem a little bit controlling, telling her to come on. At least, he was gentlemanly enough to handle her boatload of bags. She had so many bags, they had to put one in the seat with them. He's like, she cares more about her makeup than me. She doesn't want me to kiss her. So they arrive at this spot. She's complaining about the long walk. It does look like the middle of nowhere. She says this. It looks like they're going down some alley maze or something or whatever. I might be a bit creeped out myself. But when they get inside, she loves it. It looks like a little mini palace. Zaid tells us she's emotional, unpredictable, but he loves her and he wants to try to work with her. He lets her know that they're going to be sleeping in separate rooms. He gives her a beautiful gift of a bracelet. Now they're both kind of trying to come around and make this work. And, now let's enjoy this trip. I think she says, I love you. He says, I love you more. They hug and she's like, no, give me a real hug. I mean, to me, it looked like a real hug. I think she was looking for a passionate, hot hug. And that's what it wasn't. She said that she wanted him, but she needs to be patient. So he has I believe, housekeeper make a Moroccan meal. I think it's called tagine. He tells her she's pretty. It's a nice little romantic beginning. She's talking about PDA again. He's like, well, hugs and kisses are only what we can do. And even the videographer says, but didn't you say everything was okay? He really didn't. I think he just said okay, but he said something about hugs and kisses. I didn't hear him say that they were going to do anything else, but she said they were going to do everything, and he kind of agreed and nodded along with it. But you kind of said yes by doing that. And I've been in things where people are like, they kind of nod along with you, but they already know that they have a different agenda. So that's not a good thing. He knew he had to do something to get her to come. So he's trying to make sure everything appears perfect enough for her to come and accept him. But now that she's there, she's kind of stuck for 3 weeks. So now she has to deal with the reality of the situation. She said that she sent him naughty pics and they talked about things in the bedroom. So why is he now just saying none of that can happen? He says talking was one thing. He says, is that all you care about is the bedroom? Don't you care about love? She's like, I do care about it, but it's just the fact that you're not being upfront with me about what you said online versus the reality of what's happening right now. So she also says she did some investigating and sees that he follows over 1,000 women. And there is another young lady that she DM'd that he is actually talking to. So she's thinking he's acting weird like this because he's cheating. No, if you know he's a Muslim man, you even were, engaged to a Muslim man before, then you probably know that that's their lifestyle. Even if the guy you were with wasn't really living that lifestyle, I'm pretty sure you learned some information about being in that relationship that's the lifestyle that they have, and you're supposed to wait until marriage. So yeah, he's like, oh, we talked a good game. I talked a good game. I talked it up for you. I did what you wanted in that department, but honestly, talking about it is not doing it. Yes and no, but you should never string anybody along for any type of reason. So I'm kind of hoping she will change the subject. I'm kind of hoping that Zaid can actually calm her down and make her a little bit more cerebral instead of more physical, which is kind of what she is. If she gets off of that subject and tries to talk to him kind of about life, their lifestyle, the things that they have in common, their bond, I think that that's what she needs to move her focus to. Because those are the things that are really important at the end of the day. in my eyes, of course, people still want to try the package before they buy it. This is what a lot of people feel. That doesn't always have to be the case. And it depends on your lifestyle and how you want to live your life. But I think it could be a beautiful thing to wait and be surprised. And working with abstinence groups and being a part of these different groups sometimes is something that you're going to have to teach your partner certain things, especially if you're experienced and they're not. If you decide to wait till marriage, it could be a fun journey. It can be a challenge. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're horrible and you can't be fixed and we can't work this out because you just don't and never will know how to do this thing. You got to tell people what you want. But that's another conversation for another day. All right, now let's go to Sheena and Forrest and Mom and Dev. So it starts out with Sheena and Forrest. They're FaceTiming, doing a fun little workout together. And I could tell he lost some weight. They showed him before. We finally get to see Sheena. She's cute. They're cute together. I don't know if they're both neurodivergent. I know that he is autistic. She has not said anything about that part of her life, if that is even a thing in her life. He says he's going to rescue her from her controlling family the last time he talked with her after they had their little FaceTime workout. And she kind of cries with joy. 3 days later, he's heading to her country, but finds out she lied again about the amount of money that she had. The $4K she said she saved for her visa all went to her parents, is what was said. Of course, Forrest's mom finds out. She's angry and she really doesn't trust her. He continues to blame her parents and plans to go ahead and move forward with this trip even though she lied. And this trip includes the reasonable stepdad, Dev. It's funny to see stepdad and mom bumbling around the airport. Forrest says, assuming we make it there, which was a LOL moment because it was funny to see the parents do what they do. And they were just excited about everything and they were kind of lost about everything. And which way are we going? I thought that was a fun part. So they make their first stop on their first flight. Dev got his wings. That's his first plane ride. Forrest says traveling with them is like babysitting adult children, and I completely see that. He also lets us know he was heartbroken by a woman from Indonesia, which his mom kind of told us about that. This happened to him a few years after high school. He flew out there against his mother's will. She took his money and left him, basically. Is Sheena a liar because she lied about the amount of money she had? Is that just her personality, her lifestyle? Is there more to uncover? He doesn't want to think about that. He just wants to think the best because he loves this young lady. And I believe she's a bit older than him. She's 40 and he's in his 30s. Again, he talks about never been kissed. Our kisses, sweet and salty. What do our kisses like? What are our kisses like? If you guys want to let Forrest know, they could be salty. I don't know if they're really sweet. Did you eat something sweet? It depends on how you kiss. There's other factors. But any kissing advice for Forrest, please drop it in the comments. So now we get to meet Sheena in her country. We find out she's 40. She's a doctor, and I'm like very impressed. This is not what I was expecting, especially that her parents are controlling her and she's a doctor. I was kind of shocked. She's not your regular doctor, but she's an animal veterinarian, which is still very impressive. She's been so for the last 10 years. This young lady seems like she's doing well for herself, so why the big money issues? I know their money may not equal what it equals in the U.S., but I still don't see what the money problem is, and maybe we'll see more as time goes by. She says she's shy with people. She connects more with animals. Her work schedule is hectic, 6 days a week, 8 hours a day. She really doesn't have much of a social life. She's lonely. So, meeting Forrest, opened up her life. They asked, did she watch him when he doesn't know? And she said she does. She also thinks it's a bit kinky. I thought that was something going on between them. I thought it was kind of weird watching somebody constantly. I see that it seems to be some type of a kink for her. She does have issues with mom. She's kind of nervous that because the mom knows about her lies and sent her this angry text and says that she's going to try to end things with them, that's what's really worrying her. So she's hugging her stuffed animals, which I feel like she may use animals in the stuffed animals for emotional support. I know he was acting like the stuffed animals were their kids, and maybe she has her own set of kids, replicas on her end as well. She did say she really was sending her money to the family. I need to see what type of situation her family's in. Does she live with her family? I really can't tell from what they showed. But yeah, I want to know why she lied. That's, to me, that's the worst part, is that she lied. Because you're going to tell somebody what they want to hear. You need to be honest with your situation. Like, if you know you have to help your family, you be like, you know what, I can't make that promise. I don't know, I may need this money for something. If you're going to share a bank account with someone and you know you're going to take some money out of there, be honest and say, hey, can I use some of this money? It shouldn't be a thing where the person just goes in there one day and, oh, their money's gone, you lied. Or the fact that you're going to promise someone that you're going to save money and, oh, all the money's gone one day. Just be honest about your situation and say, hey, I'm not able to make as much as I need to in order to save this much, as well as help my family. It's all about honesty at the end of the day. In the situation that I was in, where the person lied to me about a big part of their lifestyle by not saying anything, just talk about it. You never know, that person may, of course, if they care about you, they're going to try to work with you. They'll be understanding. But if you just straight up lie and just trying to go along with whatever they say, then you're lying as well with that. So honesty is really important. And you can, honestly, if a person really cares about you, a lot of those things you could get around, you could get past, you could figure it out together. But if you just go along to get along and then someone sees that that's not the reality, you look like a liar, you look like a scammer at the end of the day. Just be honest with your situation. And if the person really cares about you, they're going to try to do their best to work with you. Now, if it's a reoccurring issue, maybe it's something that they can't get past. But as long as you're honest, you did your part on your end to tell your story, and you didn't lie. And that's really important in any relationship. So guys, what did you guys think about this episode? I thought it was pretty good. Thoughts, comments, questions, I'd love to hear from you. And we're going to talk again next time. This is Irene. All the best. God bless. Check us out at cbiztvmedia.com on our other platforms. Email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com or drop your thoughts in the comments. Talk to you later.